The OD, or outside dimension of the jamb, is measured from the outside of the jamb to the outside of the jamb, and it measures 31.5. I've already shimmed this rough opening so that it's 1/8 of an inch over the OD of the jamb, 31 5/8, exactly 1/8 of an inch over the OD of the jamb. To correct the rough opening width, I don't use these tapered shims. I save them for minor adjustments down the road. For the kind of gross adjustments you got to make in these openings today, where they're often framed more than 2 inches over the OD of the jamb, I use plywood shims. I cut these from scraps and I save them in a milk crate, and you'll see I've got 1/8 inch shims and 1/4 inch shims, and I've got 1/2 inch shims and even 3/4 inch shims. So it's real easy to use exactly the size shim you want and get your level onto them so that the new rough opening, the corrected rough opening, is perfectly plumb from my top shim to my bottom shim. I've got like a 1/4 inch shim at the top and an 1/8 inch shim at the bottom, and kind of the opposite on that side because it's sort of a trapezoid. But this opening was framed pretty close, a lot closer than what you're going to run into on a job site. You're going to probably end up having to use 3/4 inch shims on a job site. And if you do, make sure that you put in 1/4 inch shims in between the top and the bottom ones so that you don't have a space anywhere that's bigger than 2 tapered shims. You come back to use your tapered shims and clean up your gaps all the way around the door. All you have to do is score them with a knife and bust them off. Anytime you use more than 2 shims, you're going to end up having to go get some other tool just to cut them off. Now, after checking for cross leg, correcting the sill to make sure it's level, and correcting the rough opening width, you can finally bring the door over to the opening.